My name's Brooke. I'm going to tell you a little about my testimony. I grew up in a Christian home. My parents been married for like 20 years, and my brother is 4 years older than me. We started out at Marble Church of Christ, and we switched churches once our pastor decided to move. We helped him start a new church. The new church didn't quite work out with me. I didn't quite fit into the youth group, and at that time we decided to move to Huntington. We came to Huntington and I tried a new church, and we went to Life Church and I met Hillary House there. I've been involved in campus life and student leader since 7th grade. So Life Church, I got involved really easily. I enjoyed youth group, got to know some really awesome people. It helped going into high school. So then in high school I stayed involved in campus life and student leaders. Then my freshman year, my brother got into some trouble. It was no big deal. Our family made through it, and I depended on God a lot then.
My name's Trenton. I share my testimony. Starting out as a young child, I was raised in a Christian home. My parents raised me the right way. I believe that. We were involved with the church. We went every Sunday. I always went to Sunday school. I always enjoyed going to church. Continuing on, as I grew up, I continued to be involved in middle school. I was involved in campus life, student leaders. I was involved in youth group.
My name is Robyn. Growing up, I always went to church. My parents took me every Sunday. I went to Sunday school and youth group. And then in about the end of 8th grade, I kind of just stopped going to youth group and stopped caring about Sunday school. I just went because my parents wanted me to. At the beginning of high school, I decided to start a refresh, and I was gonna start caring more and going to youth group again. So I went to the first one, and most of my friends were a grade younger than me, and so I didn't like youth group at all, and I quit after the first one. I ended up getting really busy with sports, and so I kind of put God on the back burner.
My sophomore year, I decided to go mad with campus life. It was definitely a renewing of my relationship with God. I've been close with God before, but never really anything major. Definitely at Go Mad, God had a new plan for me. I knew that I was a leader, and I knew that my beliefs were important, and that I know that I can persuade people and have a good impact on them. So Go Mad was a great experience. Sophomore to junior year was a big change for me. I lost some friends because I decided to not go along with peer pressure and kind of do my own thing, because I know what's right and I like to stand up for myself. Peer pressure has definitely changed things, because you don't have that same group of friends anymore because they go into that stuff, but you also gain a whole new group of friends who also have the same beliefs in you.
The moment that I remember in middle school definitely was when I was involved in Hell's Maze, and that allowed me to grow a little bit because of the impact I felt I had on other people. Allowing something that I did, it helped me grow as a person, thinking or knowing that I impacted someone else's life. In high school, I have been involved in a lot of athletics and continued to go to church every Sunday. I would like to believe that I was a leader in a lot of my athletics, and I think I led by a good example that I set. And these last 2 years, my junior and senior year, my junior year, I was involved in FCA. And then this last year, my senior year, I was the leader of FCA. And that kind of opened my eyes to a whole new perspective. I've never really talked about God to other people before. And going up every other Wednesday, going up there and talking about God to other people really opened up my eyes and changed me into the person I am today.
I got the opportunity to go to Nicaragua the summer after my sophomore year. And then down there, I just really saw how God can do such great things through people that don't really have anything. And that's where I decided I was gonna start going to youth group again. no matter who went. And so I've been going to youth group ever since, and I really just love it there. After junior year started again, it kind of just wore off because I got busy with sports and everything again. I kept going to campus life for like sophomore, junior, and senior year, and that's the only thing that really kept me involved at all. Even though I was going to church every Sunday morning, I wasn't really getting anything out of it.
I stayed pretty close with God. You know, I was on a spiritual high after Go Mad, and it kind of wears off after a little bit, and it's really easy to get off the path. So my junior year, I got invited to go to the Dominican Republic with my church. Going into it, I didn't really know what to expect. I thought I was going to have a lot of fun, and I knew that I was going to get to know some kids, but I didn't even expect what would happen. I went and I was completely blown away. The life there is so different than here, and it makes you realize that like material possessions, like it has no meaning. You put them on a pedestal, and that's not okay. I met some really great kids there. I've been impacted by them. In the Dominican, I felt really close to God. It's really easy to be close to God when, you know, the peer pressures aren't around and the high school, you know, tendencies aren't there. And so being around a bunch of Christian people loving on others is just a great experience. I definitely felt God there.
And last fall, I decided to rededicate my life to Christ with Liz Adams' help. And ever since then, I have just really been working hard to keep God in my life and just keep living for Him.
When I go off to Trenton University next year, I've heard that they have a very strong FCA program, so I hope to get involved with that, and hopefully I continue to grow as a person through Christ.
I'm going to Huntington University for college. I know that I want to be a teacher because I absolutely love kids, and the Dominican definitely reassured that for me. I, at some point, would love to go into missions. I loved every minute being in the Dominican, and I love kids so much. So that has definitely led me to there.
So when I go off to college, I'm going to Indiana Wesleyan to run cross country and track. And I've met a few of the girls on the team there, and they all are really devoted to Christ. I want to grow deeper in my faith and help others meet Christ, because even though I'm going to a Christian campus, not everybody there is going to be a Christian. That's my story.